Good afternoon all. Thank you, James. Thank you, PAC Partners, for the opportunity to present the Burley story today to investors, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Wayne Richards. I'm the Managing Director and CEO of Burley Minerals. And today we're going to predominantly talk about the Chubb Lithium Project in the Quebec province of Canada. Again, disclaimer and forward-looking statements. And through the presentation, we'll just show you how expeditiously we've moved this project from first observing it in September last year, looking to do a deal in October, consummating that deal in the 8th of February, and then having a rig on the ground within 2 months of that, and we're now in the first month of drilling. So the whole process of acquiring and looking at a strategic investment as well on Bouvier has all happened in under sort of 4 to 5 months. So where are we? We're obviously in the Tier 1 mining provinces of Quebec and Western Australia. So as part of the association of the deal of acquiring Chubb Lithium, we also acquired the Mount James and Dragon Lithium projects in the Gascoyne, which we'll talk to quickly in a minute. But the main project, the Chubb Lithium Project, is 35 contiguous mineral claims. It's in the southwest province of Quebec and has a high-grade zone of up to 120 metres long at 1.5% hard rock spodumene lithium bearing, and the diamond core commenced, and we're now at about hole number 9 after just under 4 weeks. With on the 5th of April, just last Friday, we put out the first visual results, which we'll talk to in subsequent time. When it comes to lithium, other than obviously the resource, which you can't change when you prove it and prove it out, then it's all going to be about the development costs, the operating costs, and location. So we're fortunate in the sense that we're in the what we call the Abitibi or Abitibi province, which you'll see in subsequent slides, and we're surrounded by the big neighbours with the multi-billion-dollar market caps in the form of Sayona and Piedmont. So where that becomes relative and significant is obviously depending on the number of projects we acquire, the grades, and or the quantum. You'll have optionality as to building your own or potentially being an option of a mine gate sale to feed the one and only hard rock spodumene operating concentrator in Canada as we speak, being Sayona Piedmont's NAL project. Bouvier, very exciting again. We're in the process of acquiring Bouvier. Bouvier has 6 additional mineral claims, and it's strategically located within 14 kilometres of the Chubb Lithium Project to the northwest, and again in a radius of 20 kilometres of the working concentrator, and obviously infrastructure, which we'll talk to. Mount James and Dragon Lithium, again, right province, right location in the Gascoyne, and we're pretty well along strike, potentially from Red Dirt, now Delta Lithium's project that they're obviously running 5 RC rigs at the moment to drill out and prove their resource at Unithera. In addition, the company was floated in July 2021, and in the assets we also have iron ore. So lithium and iron ore being our key commodities at the moment. Cane bore looks very prospective and very good for the form of channel iron, with the opportunity to look at the outflow. So it's good to have iron ore, it's good to have good grades, but it's all about logistics and how you're going to get it out through a port and how far you've got to truck it, because you're not going to get on a rail line, as we've all learned as juniors probably 10 years ago. So cane bore, we're in the process of putting in the CMP, and we got the native title exploration agreement last week. Broadflat wells and Hardy, again, channel irons and BIFs, and the project or company was originally floated on the Gascoyne magnetite project, which is at New Norcia, 120 kilometres northeast of Perth. So again, you know, the iron ore is there. It's just a matter of going through that process and the multiple stages of development, and a strategic partner I would consider in the future. The board, 4-person board with the recent appointment of David Crook also. So again, you've got the right suite from a geologist, mining managing director and miner in the form of David, Jeff Brill, Ecologica, and good for EPCM and approvals. Myself, having worked through nickel, cobalt, iron and lithium in various roles with various companies, big and small. and Brian Dixon, the non-executive chairman. And the bottom left-hand graph shows the trending for the last year. The two dips are obviously associated with the dips that everybody went through pre-Christmas and again last month, whether you're a producer or a potential operator or explorer. So we're holding our own. We have a tight register of 88 million shares and a market cap of just under 26 million. At the beginning, we alluded to the location, excellent Tier 1 province, and you can see, if that green light's working there, the lithium projects, the location of Bouvier and lithium with regards to NAL's joint venture, and other tenements owned by the likes of Winsome, NAL and Piedmont, and Moblin again, say owners, and then you move upwards towards the top of the slide to James Bay, so that if you get an idea, we're 450k north of your Quebecs and Torontos, not Toronto, sorry, but Quebec and Ottawa and Montreal. Full access from infrastructure, so all year round. You can drive in, you can fly in. Val-d'Or is the nearest town. It's got 17,000. It's been set up on gold, and it's perfect for actually getting access to, being able to get skilled labour and obviously get there at any stage. And we've got the luxury of just going down the local highway 32 kilometres from a town of 17,000 people, 2 kilometres in on a logging track, and we're on tenure. So again, probably just quickly reiterating, there's the 25 mineral claims for Chubb, Bouvier for the 5 mineral claims. The striking generally comes across from a northwest to a southeast direction, and Ortia is also a supplementary mine for the Sayona Piedmont refinery over here. Traditionally, there has been drilling done on the Chubb Lithium Project way back as early as 1949, 1950, back in the 90s, and when we acquired it from NDC earlier this year, there is obviously confirmatory drilling and some results that confirm a 560 metre strike by 240 wide with average grades anywhere from 1.2 to 1.5. Won't go through the results there, but you can see where we've got good intercepts, good grades, all from 1.2 to 1.5, with ranging widths from 5 to 12 metres. And again, reiterating the radius to working mines and the working concentrator that persists in the province, or Quebec, or Canada for that matter. Again, that's lithium Chubb, and of the 35 contiguous mineral claims, you can see we're only operating in 2 presently. While it's a bit noisy, you'll see in the next slide that we've got the POW equivalent through MERN, and the aim is, now that the ice and snow is thawed, to come up and do a mapping, sampling and preparation results up in the northwest corner, and continue to look and widen, expand the number of dikes and or spodumene bearing pegmatites in this region. In the announcement, which is probably better to look on the 5th of April on the ASX BUR, Burley, that we put out on Friday, the historic potentially 5 parallel dikes, with the main dike in the centre and obviously the cross sections, that being cross section A, showing 13 metres at 1.16, again moving to cross sections B and C, which are all basically stepping north in east-west orientation. And then obviously a longitudinal result as well, showing the grade. So at the moment, most of the drilling has been done that would be perceived to exist in an open plan mine, and we haven't gone deeper yet at this point until we at least scope out, you know, the orientation, the direction, the grades, the quality and the quantity of what's at Chubb. Quickly on Bouvier, which we are now looking to acquire 100%. Again, 14 kilometres northwest. Similar in the sense that they've done trenching, 6 parallel trenches to get an average grade of 1.5 over 120 metres, with some logged spodumene back in 2021 or 1990s, again close to surface. So again, that's looking very prospective and a very good opportunity, having a look at the rock chips and the trenching that's been done to date. Once that project is acquired, we'll obviously then put in a program of works for the relative drilling that we would do, and then move the rig or rigs around between the two tenures. Mount James and Dragon, again, a bit about location and our partners, or partners as in mining companies in and around the project. It's known, Yinnathara, for its lithium, as you would have heard, or if you're following Red Dirt now, Delta Minerals, Delta Lithium. And we're aiming to put a field reconnaissance team in there next month, now that we've got full access. So in summary, lithium in Quebec, hard rock spodumene, right place, right location, very strategic acquisition for ourselves. The Gascoyne, we will scope, develop and expand as and when we get on the ground next month. And we've got significant iron ore assets which we will continue to appreciate their value as we step through their various stages of development. Tight capital structure and the right team to take us through the next stages. So thank you very much for your time, and over to questions.
Hey, Wayne, the good photos that you put out on Friday, what's the expected turnaround time from the lab to get those assay results back?
The first of the 4 holes are actually in Vancouver, and it's probably within 2 weeks now.
So what's the target in next 1 year? How many meter or how many drill holes you gonna drill?
At the moment, on the budget basis, we're probably looking at a 20,000 metre drill program, and it'll be all diamond core. Diamond core seems to be very much the norm up there compared to RC, and obviously you get the opportunity with that to better interpret and obviously use your core as well for metallurgical testing.